Mark 13, 28 through 37. Now learn this lesson from the fig tree. As soon as its twigs get tender and its leaves come out, you know that summer is near. Even so, when you see these things happening, you know that it is near, right at the door. Truly I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. But about that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Be on your guard. Be alert. You do not know when the time will come. It's like a man going away. He leaves his house, puts his servants in charge, each with their assigned task, and tells the one at the door to keep watch. Therefore, keep watch, because you do not know when the owner of the house will come back, whether in the morning or at midnight, or when the rooster crows or at dawn. If he comes suddenly in the night, do not let him find you sleeping. What I say to you, I say to everyone, watch.
What's up, guys? Brian from Center here. Happy Friday. Made it through another week, right? I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired. It's been a crazy week, but a good week. So today, I I read this passage and I thought this is a different one. Um, all week we've been looking at stuff that Jesus said about what what's coming towards the end, what to look ahead to. And in this passage, Jesus uses an illustration with a fig tree. He says, when when you see these things happening with this tree, you know summer's here. Now, we just had Memorial Day, which is often the unofficial start of summer. It's normally when people open swimming pools, you have your first maybe your big barbecue. Uh, we're also getting towards graduation, if I'm right, for many people. This may be airing on what was supposed to be your commencement day. So we all have our signs that summer's coming, right? We see those things and we know what's going on. And they tell us that it is time for a change. It means that school's out, we get to spend more time with our family, that kind of stuff. And Jesus's point with using this fig tree was that, you know, I'm telling you all these things, and they're going to happen. So before the end comes, before everything takes place, there are certain things that will happen. And then he does something that's just super Jesus, right? He goes, but nobody really knows when it's going to happen. And he points out that he doesn't even know. He says the angels don't know, the Son doesn't know, just the Father knows. Now, this is really cool, in my opinion, because uh, we talk about Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and we talk about Jesus listening to his Father. And here we get the we get the picture that the Father necessarily hasn't told Jesus exactly how everything's going to happen and when. That there's still that level of I say you do, right? If your dad comes to you and says go out and cut the grass, you don't argue with him. You don't know when he's going to come tell you to cut the grass. He just shows up and says go cut the grass, and you do it. So we still see that relationship is there. That Jesus is very much his Father's Son. But the other interesting thing is this idea of always being ready. Now, take it for what you will, nerdy or cool. I was in Boy Scouts. I was an Eagle, and I'm an Eagle Scout. It means I hit the highest level they offered at the time, and in that program. And part of being a Boy Scout is the idea of always being ready. Now, that can mean a lot of things. It may mean carrying a pocket knife on you at all times so that if you have to cut your way out of a giant spider web, you got attacked by Shelob, um, that you can do it. Or maybe it means knowing first aid, CPR. It can mean a lot of different things. The point is that you're never supposed to be caught off guard, that you prepare for life in every situation. When you're outdoors, you make sure you have extra batteries for your flashlight. You have plenty of matches and flint and steel to start fires. You have a raincoat, all those kind of things. Make sure that no matter what happens, when it happens, you're ready for it. And Jesus' caution to us is just that. He says, we don't know when this is going to happen. I don't even know when this is going to happen. But the important thing is that we stay ready. As Christians, it's easy sometimes to lose track of that fact, right? Life gets busy. Days blend together during quarantine. And things take over, and we lose track of the fact that we should be working every day to further the kingdom. So that if Jesus were to show up, we wouldn't be sitting there going, oh, shoot, you're here? What happened? I wasn't ready. We're not supposed to be not ready. We're supposed to be ready at all times. If you were a senior, or even if you're not, as you get to the end of the school year, sometimes you start thinking, I got a couple weeks left. I'm gonna take it easy. So maybe you don't put all the effort in. There's something beautiful to the idea of not knowing when the end is coming, because we keep working every day towards that finish line. The reality is we're in a race that has been running for a couple thousand years now. And in that race, we each have our part to do. And so it's our job to be ready to run that race, to run it well, and not necessarily worry about, what comes next. We need to worry about our part. And we need to do it, and we need to do it honestly and with love and compassion, with obedience. We have to be ready. If you've ever seen a relay race, right, there's always the next person is always there with their hand out, ready to go. Nothing makes you more frustrated if you're running a relay race as part of a youth group game or something, and the next person in line is just standing there completely clueless, not ready. We don't want to be that guy. We want to be the ones who are always ready. So that, as Jesus said, if the owner of the house comes back at midnight or at 3 a.m. or 6 a.m. or 9 a.m., whenever they come back, we're not asleep on the job. We're not ready to run our leg of the race. I want to encourage you guys to be ready, to live each day like it's part of that race, to have your hand out, be ready to go, so that when the time comes, when you're called upon, whether it's to show kindness to a friend or a stranger, to share the gospel, to go into the missions, whatever it is, when your time comes, I want to encourage you to be ready and to know that you are part of that race, to know that you're part of something that's been going on for 2,000 years, and that you have an opportunity to be part of that. Above all else, I want to encourage you guys, be ready for when he comes back. Jesus will come back. We don't know when. We don't know what exactly it will look like. But what we do know is he will be back. And we don't want to be asleep at the door, or that guy in line during the relay race that isn't ready to go. We want him to come back and to know that we ran our race. You guys have a great weekend. Stay safe. And I think I said it last week, but I'll say it again to all of our seniors. Congratulations. You guys have done a great job. We're all proud of you. And we're praying for the next steps that you're taking in life. See you guys.